Well, hello, welcome to the Pioneer Mill Restaurant here in Tiffin, Ohio, and welcome to our Dragon Nation Fall Preview 2016 Tiffin University Athletics. My name is Russell Snyder. I am the voice of Tiffin University. If you tune in to any of our broadcasts of our football games, our tennis matches, soccer matches, volleyball matches, any and all varsity sports around Tiffin University campus, you either hear myself or this gentleman here to my left. Please stand up, Mr. Kibler. This is Matt Kibler, our broadcast partner, Assistant Sports Information Director here on the campus of Tiffin University. On Tiffin University, we have our own on-campus internet radio station and digital video center where we broadcast our sporting events. It's tudragonradio.com. You heard our athletic director, Lonnie Allen, speak about you can link up to that through gotiffindragons.com, the athletic website for our athletics here on Tiffin University campus. But tudragonradio.com is where you can find free live audio as well as free live video of all of our home sporting events. So all you football parents here, any of your family members, anywhere around the world, they can't be at the home games, they can watch them for free at tudragonradio.com. We put our radio broadcast right over top of it, and we're one of the few schools in our conference who offers that for no charge to our family and friends. So please share that with everybody. We will distribute our fall broadcast schedule to all of the coaches, and then they will forward them on to the players to hopefully get to you and the rest of your family members so you all can enjoy Tiffin University athletics when you can't be here with us, when you're with your other family members and friends from wherever you may be. Our sixth president of Tiffin University, Dr. Lillian Schumacher, sends her regrets that she was not able to make it here today. She is out of town, but she did send a audio statement that she would like for us to play for you tonight. So we're going to play that for you here right now. So this is our message from our sixth president, Dr. Lillian Schumacher.
Welcome, Dragon athletes, parents, and families. Participation in extracurricular activities is such an important part of the growth experiences of college students. Ron and I sincerely apologize for not being there in person today to welcome you, but know that you'll see us at many games cheering you on throughout the fall. To the family and parents here this evening, thank you for your attendance and for your support, and we look forward to seeing you at many games throughout the next several months.
Dr. Lillian Schumacher, our sixth president of Tiffin University, backs our athletic programs greatly, and she just welcomes all of you here and hopes that you have a great time here on Tiffin University campus. Let's tell you about our program tonight. We're going to start off talking women's tennis, then we're going to go to volleyball, cross country, women's soccer, men's soccer, and we'll finish up with our football program. So as we get started, let's get started right here, right now with women's tennis. And right to my side is the head coach of our Tiffin University women's tennis program in his 8th season with the Dragons, Mr. Phil Conley. Coach, how you doing tonight?
Doing great, Russ. Thanks for having me.
Well, I want you to introduce the young lady to your right.
To the right here is Lauren Prince. She's from the United Kingdom.
Hello, Lauren. Welcome to the Dragon Nation radio program, and welcome to Tiffin University.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about this young lady and what made her a special athlete that thought you wanted to bring her on the program tonight and introduce us to this crowd.
Well, actually, I remember watching her recruiting video and just immediately going, wow, she attacks the ball really, really well. Talking to her, through Skype and everything, I really got a really good feeling of who she was, what she represented, and then she came out to the university and actually flew in to Tiffin, visited campus, and I think she had a really good experience whenever she came on campus. So she's going to be a great fit for our program.
Using the word Skype when you're talking about recruiting kids is a fairly new phenomenon in the world of recruiting, I would say, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's I think the past 4 seasons, I've started using it pretty heavily when I'm recruiting internationally, because there's a lot to be said whenever you can actually talk to somebody face to face, as opposed to through email.
Well, Lauren, talk about what it was about Phil Conley and the women's tennis program here on the campus at Tiffin University that made you want to be a part of the program and be a Dragon.
Well, I heard such great things about the academics, but also such great things about the tennis. I know they had a really successful season last year, so definitely good vibes straight away. And then as soon as I came on campus, everyone was so friendly. No one was scary at all to approach and go and talk to, so yeah, just great feel.
Well, you mentioned coming into a successful program. Last year, our Tiffin University women's tennis team went 21-7. 2015 season was a record year, setting a new program record for victories with those 21 wins, bringing back a sophomore, a couple juniors, 7 seniors, so a lot of experience coming back for you, Coach, and probably led by Caroline Nohagi. She's getting not only regional recognition, but she's getting national recognition as well.
Yeah, I'm so excited to bring her back for the senior year. She has some personal personal goals and team goals really this year. Being the top 25 in the nation is something that doesn't happen by chance. She's incredibly talented. She works hard, and that's why she was named captain for this upcoming year.
Well, she does just as well in doubles as she does in singles. She's a lot of fun to watch play, as well as Amy Kay. She's a young lady coming back who's done some good things for you as well.
Yeah, she's a UK native as well. She played first doubles with Caroline. She's a grad student, so she brings some maturity to the team, which I already have a bunch of mature girls already, ladies actually. So I'm really excited to be able to bring her on board because she was the rock at number 5 and 6 singles throughout the year. Pulled out some really big wins. One, for example, was Missouri St. Louis. We won that one by 5-4, and she won in a second set 7-6 that could have went either way. So It was a big in-region match for us.
What about this young lady here, Lauren? Are you more of a singles player, doubles player? You like them both? What's your specialty, I guess?
I'd say I'm more confident in singles, but I definitely prefer playing doubles. It's such a great team atmosphere when you're playing doubles, that support on the court, and it's a completely different game. So they're both great.
Where do you see her fitting in your lineup this year?
She said she prefers singles, but I'm actually really excited about her doubles side. She attacks the ball really well, has a very good serve. That's something that a lot of times you don't always happen to see. So she's really got the complete game, moves well. Definitely, of course, she's going to be a big impact player in the singles lineup. But I'm really excited about our doubles because it's actually, I think, going to strengthen us here. Because along with her, there's another student that's from the UK as well that I think is going to be a big impact player for me too. And so our doubles, I think, last year was strong, and we're going to be even stronger this year in doubles.
People get a lot of chances to see you guys compete at home this year. Month of September, a very home-heavy schedule for your kids.
Yeah, it's really exciting because a lot of times when you're traveling, it can be tough. You're traveling, 3-4 hours. You get there the night before, and you're playing on a court maybe that you're not too familiar with. We bring them into our stadium. We have a little bit of a home court advantage, and we start off against Northwestern Ohio, which is a solid NAIA program that kind of leads us into our first match against one of the greatest teams.
I was going to say, get thrown right in the fire right there, right? Number 2 on your schedule, Northwood University. Anybody knows anything about tennis around our conference? A lot of the conversation starts right there.
Yeah, their coach has been there 38 seasons. He's really been a great recruiter, great coach. So we went 5-4 with them last year, and it was down to a third set. So we're kind of hoping that we brought some back key returners, 7 returners, as you said. And we have, I think 2 freshmen that are going to probably be playing in the top 6 too. So I think it's a good opportunity for us.
The Tiffin University tennis court is located right on Miami Street, and the beauty is when the weather gets bad, they can just march a half a block up the road and take it to the indoor side and play in the Heminger Center, and that's a nice relief to have, and we've been able to experience that for a couple years now.
Absolutely, and actually the great thing about the Heminger Center, since it's a faster court, I've actually seen our doubles teams, especially on the women's side, they really go after the ball and attack because inside when you're playing on a faster surface, those first 3-4 balls are incredibly important. You can't be as passive, and you got to attack, and that's what I see from my girls is they're willing to go out there and attack.
Lauren, what's your excitement level on a 1 to 10 scale right now?
I can't even say how excited I am.
Well, we're excited to have you here as part of the Tiffin University women's tennis program. Coach, anything else? I know you got your plate of food right before you came up here to sitting back there, so if nothing else, we'll let you get to your food while it's still warm.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really excited for the season, and go Dragons.
If you'd like more information on Tiffin University women's tennis program, all you got to do is go to gotiffindragons.com and click on the women's tennis link. This is the women's tennis coach, Phil Conley, and his student athlete, Lawrence Prince. Let's give them a round of applause for our Tiffin University women's tennis program. Up next, we'll be talking some volleyball. Thank you, Coach. We'd like to invite Dana Cordova up here. Tiffin University women's tennis, 21-7 last year, a record-setting season for victories, and we're going to talk some volleyball now as Dana Cordova coming up. She's in her 7th season as head coach of the Tiffin University volleyball program. Coach, how are we doing tonight?
Great. How are you?
Not doing too bad. Sweating a little bit, a little warm, and just felt that breeze. I was feeling pretty good.
It's a little hot. That's why I'm glad I'm an indoor sport.
7th season here at Tiffin University Dragons. Shauna Hurls, your assistant in her 2nd year with you. Is that going to help you a little bit? She seemed like she fit in pretty well last year. I'm sure that the comfort level has got to be a little bit greater this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Shauna's in charge of our recruiting for this year. And she has done a great job of bringing in some great players for us, and we've continued to build our relationship where she's playing a lot bigger role this year, and she's done a phenomenal job.
Let's talk about the student athletes you have sitting here beside you. Why don't you go ahead and introduce those two?
This is Erica Carter. She will be a senior this year, and this is Casey. She's going to be a junior, but she's going to be able to graduate early as her academics. She's done a fantastic job, so she will be technically in her last year as well.
So you got all your work done. You're going to finish your junior year.
Yes.
What if this year is just so special and you want to come back for that senior campaign? Is it possible?
It is possible.
It's possible. So we haven't took it off the books yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Listen, I'm trying to.
And I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you.
We've had the conversation. It will happen many more times.
All right. How about you, Erica? Your senior year, your final year is in a Dragon uniform as well. You got to be just excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to start my career, and volleyball's been great, but it's time to get a big girl job.
Well, what was the major? What's the career going to be?
Cyber defense and information assurance.
You got something lined up?
Yeah, I actually just applied, and hopefully I'm getting a call back soon.
Well, hopefully as well. How about you, Casey? What if you don't come back next year?
The plan is going to police academy after that.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Watch the bottom where the microphones connect there. I think that's where we're getting a little bit of a issue there. All right, let's talk about you guys were picked to finish 5th in the GLIAC South. I think that's a little bit low myself. I'm sure you do as well. But that's all, who cares really about that? Just some of my notes here. But let's talk about some of the returners, players you have. Taylor Lattimore, GLIAC selection last year. She's kind of like the glue to your team almost.
Taylor being a great defensive player for us has really stepped up as a leader defensively, as has Erica, who has really stepped up as a leader. So I feel like our defense with those two have really just come together this spring. So she's just going to play a huge role, both of those girls.
You're bringing back 8 seniors, a couple juniors, 6 sophomores, a lot of experience coming back. You talked about Shauna bringing in the new recruits. Talk about some of those freshmen you got coming in.
Well, we were very fortunate that one of our biggest recruits, Jenna Huffman, was able to come in this spring and be able to do all spring with us as she graduated early. And she came in and really just fit in really well with the girls, and was able to go through a lot of the spring training that we went through. And then we also have a Division I transfer in Danielle Hicks.
What is going on there?
With Danielle Hicks coming in. So she's going to play some valuable points for us as well. And then we have another girl who's another 6 rotation player coming in that just won state championship. So she's going to play some big roles for us.
It's nice to bring in kids who already have that winning mentality. You don't have to kind of breathe that into them. I mean, you talked about I remember you mentioned a Division I girl coming in. It's always nice to get those, probably a heavy hitter. And speaking of heavy hitters, you got a girl like Olivia Cobb coming back, and she has 616 kills, needs 84 to reach 700 for her career. Currently second all-time at TU since they've been in a Division II program.
And, Olivia's done a really good job of really getting into shape this year, so I feel like she's coming in probably the best shape of her life, and she's going to be expected to be a 6 rotation player for us. It's just this year's group of girls, we can move them anywhere, which is what's going to be able to happen for us to be able to compete. So we're going to have girls like Casey who can play right side, middle, and outside. Olivia will be playing a lot of outside as well as a right side hitter. Danielle Hicks will be an outside, possibly right side. So we have girls that can play multiple positions, and a lot of our hitters are very good at defense. So we're not going to have to sub as much this year, but we're going to have a deep
don't
bench
bring
in
up the
case we do.
subbing. I don't understand the subbing in volleyball. You always make fun. Whenever I broadcast volleyball games, Coach Cordova always has something to make fun of me about the next day, whether it's me not understand the verbiage. I always complain about the substitutions because I don't really know what in the world is going on. So, yeah, she likes to razz me a little bit the following after our broadcast. Now, Casey, you're a heavy hitter as well. You came back from a pretty bad injury earlier in your career. Is that right?
Yeah, in high school I tore my ACL, so that I still wear my knee brace, but everything's fine now. Everything's feeling great this summer, so looking forward to the season.
What's your favorite thing about being on the court?
Being on the court, I just love the atmosphere.
What is going on?
I just love the atmosphere.
Being part of a team?
Yes, I love that. The crowd's fun. When we get a big crowd against a rival, that's just a great atmosphere to be in.
Right. And Eric, how about you? Is that the same thing?
Pretty much. It's just great playing with a group of girls here. I think this is probably one of the best teams I've been on, and just how close we all get during the year is great. It's wonderful.
You guys will have that closeness. It's going to be important as you guys get started early on at a couple tournaments away from town here. It's kind of a team building thing as well as just going down there and competing and trying to bring back some W's, but team building as well?
Yes. I mean, this group of girls, I mean, as you said, we have 8 seniors coming back, and this group of girls went through a lot of soul searching this spring with the program and with bringing in a team psychologist to really work with the girls. So I think they want to build off of that and kind of keep the momentum going. And those first tournaments will be big because we're on the road, staying in hotels, and they tend to really gel well when they're on the road.
Well, the first, 10 days, you guys will be at the University of North Alabama tournament and then at Kentucky Wesleyan tournament. And then the first match back up this way will be up at Wayne State on September 16th, and your first home match, the 23rd, at home against Northern Michigan University. Conference will be a bear this year, just as it always is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the conference from the top to bottom, anybody can beat anybody, which showed last year. You know, we got moved pods, so we're no longer with the Ohio Dominican. Our travel partner is now Ashland.
Okay.
So we'll get to see Ashland twice and Wayne State twice and Findlay twice. So I think the competition's going to be a lot stronger for us, and we fared well against those teams, so I think we look forward to that.
Well, we're looking forward to it as well. As we said, the 23rd is the first home match against Northern Michigan University. Get on out to the Gilmore Student Center and support the Tiffin University volleyball program. Coach, anything else?
Nope. We look forward to people coming out and supporting us.
Again, if you'd like more information on Tiffin University volleyball, all you have to do is go to gotiffindragons.com and click on the link to the volleyball program. You can find out more about Coach and all of our student athletes. How about a big round of applause for the Tiffin University volleyball team? I'd like to invite up Coach Jeremy Croy to talk a little cross country next. Wherever Coach Croy may be. There he is. He's hiding from you. Those of you football parents, if you had a chance to watch the Coach Gary Goff show we filmed out on a boat over the summer, On the Hook with Coach Goff, here's the other man who was out there casting lines with us and trying to catch a few fish. I guess trying's the optimal word there. We weren't as lucky as we had hoped that day, but his name's Coach Jeremy Croy, and he's joining us here. Coach Croy in his 17th year on the campus here at Tiffin University. Coach, how are we doing?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. So we had to mention the fishing. I wasn't making fun of you saying that you can't catch fish, because I know you can catch some fish. You grew up fishing, but that was a good time going out there and doing that, wasn't it?
It was wonderful. I can't wait to go again. Maybe, hopefully tomorrow. We'll pull Coach Goff away from camp tomorrow and go.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, Coach, you're busy tomorrow. We may have to go tonight. Yeah. All right, let's talk a little cross country. You have a very decorated athlete in James Ngandu coming back. He does great things for you on track and field side as well as across country. And that kid it's amazing the way he can run.
Yeah, he's a 3-time GLIAC champion, 1 time in cross country and 2 times in track. A couple-time All-American in track. Got hurt right at the end of cross country last year and wasn't able to participate postseason. But he was GLIAC champion and in a really exciting race, edged out a Grand Valley guy by 0.3 of a second. So over 8K over
that's about
5 miles. That's a pretty quick.
We'll be talking men's and women's cross country, but let's continue talking to men's right now. You also brought in some new runners you're pretty excited about. Why don't you talk a little bit about them?
Yeah, we graduated last year on the women's side. We graduated, I think 5 of our top 8 were seniors. So it's going to be tough to replace them, but I think we have seven newcomers coming in, and a lot of them will be expected to contribute right away. So for women, it's a lot easier than men. Women, they only go up from 5K to 6K, so it's not that big a difference in race distance, whereas the guys go from 5K to 10K, so that's a lot tougher, a lot bigger task.
Where do you have more experience coming back, the men's or the women's side?
Probably the men. The men for sure. Yeah, I think our women will have 4 or 5 in our top 7 that are freshmen. So very, very rookie.
Is that rare?
That's rare for us. That's rare for most.
I would think.
So
I would think. Now, those of you who may not know Coach Croy, some of you new freshmen parents coming in and stuff. This guy has a big national championship trophy in the lobby of the Heminger Center you saw today. He brought it home with our indoor track and field team last year and finished 2nd in the nation in our outdoor track and field program. So you want to be a part of something great happening on campus, this guy will lead you the way, that's for sure.
Thank you, Russ. Appreciate
You're welcome. All right, well, your first meet will be at the Northwest Ohio meet in first week of September. Homecoming 5K on the 17th. Basically, you guys are kind of all over the place, September, October, November, as you're traveling here, there, and everywhere. everywhere to compete.
Yeah, cross country, most of those first couple meets are just almost like scrimmages. They're not, there's no playoff postseason implications whatsoever. Wouldn't even have to participate in a lot of those races. But we do to get, especially those younger kids, some experience. And then really the first meet that has any sort of ramification on anything is the GLIAC Championships.
That's
and
October 22nd.
And then the regional championships. So before that, it's just getting used to your teammates, getting used to travel, getting used to the distance, but it's nothing as far as playoff ramifications, postseason ramifications go.
Well, we know how strong the GLIAC is when it comes to track and field. Is it basically the same in cross country? It
is. Last year on the women's side, Grand Valley won, and Hillsdale was second at nationals. So
yeah, that explains it right there, doesn't it? Well, you guys continue to do great things in there, and I know these athletes kind of cross over between track and cross country. Not all do, but a lot of them do. So you have a lot of familiarity with these kids and bringing in some new athletes. The women's team's going to be very young, but it'll be exciting to watch them grow. It'll be fun to do this in 3 years when we talk about those kids. It'll be dominant runners, hopefully, at that time.
Yeah, I'll be back. All
right, yeah, you ain't going anywhere. All right, Coach, thank you so much for your time. That's Coach Jeremy Croy of the cross country team, national champion coach, Coach Jeremy Croy. A big hand for Coach Croy and his kids. Let's invite up Melissa Big now, women's soccer, a couple of her student athletes. Coach Big here is rendering her 3rd season as the Tiffin University women's soccer head coach. Coach Big, how are we doing today? Make sure you don't try not to hold it where they come together. I'll make them mess sort out. But
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Do you have a couple student athletes with you right here? Why don't you go ahead and introduce those two young ladies?
Directly to my right is Leanne Tobin. She's going to be a senior in the classroom. And then beside her is Kayla Sonnenberg, who's also going to be a senior for us.
Well, Leanne, Kayla, thank you so much for joining us here in the program. We've watched you guys play a lot of soccer here on WTUD over the last couple of years. And let's start off with you, Leanne. Talk a little bit about your experience here so far at Tiffin University.
So I've only played 1 year so far. I tore my ACL twice, so technically only going to be a sophomore on the field, so I still have 3 more years with TU. So I'm excited to take what I've learned off the pitch and apply it this year and this season.
2 ACL injuries?
Yeah, on the same knee.
Are you going to have a brace that's about 700 pounds?
Yeah,
that goes from like your hip to your ankle? Sounds like it. My gosh. All right, and Kayla, how about yourself? Talk a bit about your experiences here at Tiffin University.
Well, unfortunately, I haven't had to be injured as long as Leanne has. I've been able to play all 3 years, and I've been alongside Coach the whole time, so it's been really neat to be on the team the whole time and watch us build and grow each year. And we built. Coach Big is the only coach I've had since I've been a freshman, so it's really neat.
How have you seen the team grow here as you entering, your senior campaign? You saw it as if you came in with Coach Big, basically. Well, did you guys come in the same year together? Is that how? Okay, let's talk a bit about how the team has grown and where you see the team growing this year.
I think that over the past spring season, we've really seen the team culture grow, and we definitely have a group of ladies that work well together. We want to see each other win together, so we're going to fight for each other on and off the field, and I'm really excited to see.
You talked about the spring. We talked in the spring, and you were real excited about the goal scoring. You had a lot more. Offense may have been the struggle last year. Defensive goalkeeping, you were pretty solid. Did put a lot of balls in the back of the net, but you said in the spring, well, the offense really picked up.
Yeah, we definitely started clicking in the spring. We moved some players around. Having Leanne come back offensively for us in the fall, we're excited for that. And then with some individual freshmen coming in, we're excited to see and continue that growth up top.
You got Samantha Hortensi as a goalkeeper coming back for you. She played a lot of minutes for you. You also have bringing in some freshman goalkeepers as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we're actually bringing in a transfer goalkeeper from Delta State. And then with Jen Sandberg, the 3 of them, they're going to be battling it out. So it'd be great competition for them.
With Svetlana, very talented offensive player. You have her coming back as well.
Yep, we're excited. We moved her back into the midfield a little bit, and it helped us offensively with production. So we're excited to have her back. Obviously, she had a great year last year. So we're excited what she's going to do for us this year.
A couple other players worth mentioning. Adriana Curry coming back. She's an honorable mention player last year.
Yep. She's one of our new ones that we moved up top. So we're excited to see what she'll do for us this year playing forward. Hopefully putting some balls in the back of the net as well.
You got a lot of kids changing positions, or are you just trying to get your best athletes on the field right now that you can?
Not a lot. Mostly just Adriana moving from the defense up top, and then just moving Svet back. With those 2 up there, Allie McCabe, we have Valerie Brown, having Leanne. That kind of combination up there has been working well for us. So it worked well in the spring, and we're excited to see what happens in the fall.
Taylor Lewis coming back. She scored a few goals for you last year as well.
Taylor Lewis also as we mentioned before, we didn't lose a lot, so having the experience, now these players are now sophomores, juniors, seniors, having that experience in the field is going to be huge.
Get started on September 2nd at home against Concord College. First 2 matches are at home, and then you're getting into GLIAC play on September 9th at Lake Erie College. How important is it going to be to go off a good start for your kids before you get into conference play?
It's going to be huge. We have a very good, favorable conference schedule this year, so we're excited. We have some good non-conference games that hopefully get some wins and build some confidence going into conference.
You know, soccer is one of those sports that fits in well with what we do as far as broadcast is concerned, because a lot of Fridays, Sundays. So there's a lot of women's and men's soccer that'll be on WTUD this year as it was last year.
Awesome.
So we're looking forward to covering you guys. Anything else, Coach? Before
nope,
we
that's it.
All right. Women's soccer. This is Melissa Big, head coach. A couple student athletes here with her, Leanne Tobin and Kayla Sonnenberg. As we said, they get started on September 2nd at home against Concord College. You can find out more information by going to gotiffindragons.com and clicking on the women's soccer link. Now, men's soccer. Another gentleman who's been around for quite a while here on the Tiffin University campus, not only as a coach, but also as a player. His name is Rudy Brownell. Coach, how are you doing today, sir?
Fine, thank you, Russ.
Well, welcome into the program. 17th year, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Let's talk a little bit about what you got coming back here for your 17th year here behind the bench for Tiffin University men's soccer program.
You mean on my roster?
Let's talk about some of the guys you got coming back first, like an Andre Landell. You got a kid like that who's coming back who's a very talented kid. You got Michael Bottomley, Michael McPeak, Class Stoker. You got a lot of guys coming back with a lot of talent.
Yes, I mean, we do, but I'm saying to you again, those guys, I mean, obviously Andre is a senior, Michael McPeak is a senior, Michael Bottom is a senior. So those guys, obviously, we depend on, we know what to expect out of those guys. So we're looking forward to having those guys on campus.
Well, you got those guys. You always got to mix the veterans in with the new guys. Let's talk about some of the newcomers you got coming in to mix in with these gentlemen.
I mean, Russ, my thing is, on our program, we don't really talk about newcomers because those guys on paper look good. They haven't done anything for us yet. So we're just looking forward when those guys come in, you know, to see what to do.
Well, what's the big competition here as you get into fall camp? Is it behind the net? Is it new guys trying to break in on the defense, on the offense? Where's the big competitions happening in practice?
We recruit kids.
Go.
We recruit kids, Russ, to compete. So the kids we're bringing in as freshmen, incoming players, we hope to compete against the upperclassmen we have here at Tiffin.
Well, you got a lot of your offense coming back. 79%, 19 of your 24 goals scored last year coming back to on the offensive side. It's got to kind of be put you in a little bit of a comfort zone, known as you're probably going to be able to put the ball in the net with the other teams that you're playing.
Yes, it does, Russ, but at the same time is last year, those guys, you know, we didn't score enough goals, and that's the reason why we were at the place we were at last year. So hopefully those guys this year step up and hopefully score more goals.
Well, you only need 9 more victories to reach 100 career men's victories, and only 20 more to reach 200 career victories as a coach here at Tiffin University. That's pretty good numbers to be able to achieve this year.
It's a pretty great number, Russ. You know, obviously, I'm nothing with I have great assistants and also great players, and those guys actually help us win games and stuff. So
you brought in a new assistant this year, right?
Yes, I did.
Let's talk a little bit about him.
I mean, Logan came up to us in the spring, and obviously, you had to get used to our program, how we do stuff here at Tiffin, and actually, he has done a good job. And I also hired a new grad assistant too
Good.
In Oliver Verduck.
Try a different one. I don't know what's going on with that microphone. There you go.
Okay. I also hired a new graduate assistant, Oliver Verduck, who used to play for me here at Tiffin for 4 years. So he's coming back. We add him to our coaching staff also, too. And we got a volunteer assistant in Kenny Hewitt, who used to play at Ashland, also coming into us also, too. So we got a great staff. Looking forward to it.
Well, and a guy like Ali, he probably played with some of these guys, so he knows these guys already, and it's going to be an easy transition for him into the coaching staff, I imagine.
Yes, it is. And Ali, basically in charge of our back line, because that's where he played. So we're looking forward, hopefully looking forward to doing big things, we hope.
September 1st, you get started at Urbana. First home match is on September 3rd against Ursuline College. The GLIAC is, we can mention this with every single sport that we talk to, the conference is just an absolute bear, and soccer is no different. I'll tell you what, some of those times you guys get together with some of those schools and play out there, that's a man's game, boy. They're out there beating on each other. It's fun to watch, though, I'll tell you what.
It is. I mean, obviously, look how, we say this every year for the last probably 5 or 6 years, and I'll tell you guys this, in our conference, if you're not ready to play, any given day, anybody can beat you. So you always got to be willing to play.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons why we went ahead and got the roster that we got this year. Hopefully we got more depth to hopefully be able to compete So
all you got to do is go to GoTiffinDragons.com and click on the men's soccer link and find out more about Coach Brownell and the rest of his program. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Russ.
All right, that's Tiffin University men's soccer. Round of applause, please. We're going to welcome up Coach Goff in our football program next. Coach Goff will let you know as well. We're going to be doing a Coach Gary Goff show on Thursday nights at 6:30, excluding September 1st, obviously. We'll be playing football up at Grand Valley State University. But Thursday night, 6:30, the program will be heard live on WTUD, TUDragonRadio.com. And it will also be video shot and produced and put up on the Go Tiffin Dragons YouTube page every Friday morning. So the first one on August 25th, we will shoot at 6 o'clock because there's an outdoor practice for the team that night at 7:30 p.m. So we will, every Thursday night, 6:30, except for the first one, 6 o'clock starting August 25th. Yep, you're in the middle. Well, welcome in, gentlemen. Tiffin University football here. It's check-in day, very busy day around the Tiffin University football program, and head coach Gary Goff here sitting to my right is well aware of all that. Coach, how are we doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. A little warm, but it's always a great turnout to get all these people together.
Absolutely. This is one of the most exciting days of the year besides Christmas.
Yeah.
But
this is your Christmas, isn't it?
It is our Christmas. We'll finally get on the field tomorrow. We can't wait to do that, but we got a few meetings tonight, and then we'll kick it off tomorrow morning and get to see some of our new recruits and then some of our returners.
Well, you guys all checked in this morning, and you sent them off, give them their itinerary, sent them off to get checked in their rooms. I heard you guys say you do the concussion test, and you had meetings this afternoon. So basically, football has started.
Not yet.
It started.
We got to get the balls in the air and throw it around a little bit and tackle. Then it starts.
What time we get going tomorrow?
We got a conditioning test in the morning, and then our practice is tomorrow afternoon, the first real practice.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the Tiffin University football program. If you're a Tiffin University football fan, this is the year to be excited. As far as Coach coming into his 6th season, this will be my 6th season as well, and I'll tell you what, I'm giddy. I am giddy. I'm ready to get going, Coach, right here, right now. There's a lot of talent on this football team, a lot of talent coming in for this football team. There's more depth than we probably have ever had. It's just an exciting year to be a Dragon football fan.
Absolutely. You know, we've all, administrators, coaches, everybody involved, parents, has worked extremely hard to get to this point. And, yeah, we're starting to get some attention from some other schools, but that's what's not important, and we're going to talk about that tonight. And what's important is about us getting better every single day, every single rep. But I can tell you, we had close to 70 guys stay all summer. They worked extremely hard. You've probably seen some of them walk around today. They've gotten a lot bigger and stronger.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just chomping at the bits to get on the field with them.
My son and a buddy of his was at the basketball camp going on in Heminger Center today, and when I talked to him afterwards, that's what they talked about, the size of your guys. They're like, oh, my God. And then Antonio umpired one of my son's ball games this year. All they wanted to talk about was, I wonder if he can lift me above his head. So, yeah, you got some guys out here, some strong athletes, and let's talk about Mr. Pipkin over here. Antonio has been doing some great things on the football field for you as a quarterback, and senior year, man, it's time. It's time, Pip. You ready for it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most excited I've ever been to play football this year.
You should be. You're pretty excited, too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're going into him being a 4th-year starter, which doesn't happen very often.
No.
So we're excited to get him out there. He's going to know the offense just as well as any of us, and that opens up the door for a lot of possibilities. And, you know, he's going to have the ability to, if we call a bad play, which I don't think that ever happens, he'll be able to put us into the right play, and that's the advantage of having a 4-year starter there.
And the leadership aspect of it, having a 4-year starter at quarterback. If you're in the offensive huddle, you better have your ears open. You better be listening.
But we don't huddle.
You know what the meetings, whatever. You know what I mean. When a 4th-year starting quarterback, your team leader talks, you better listen.
Absolutely, and I think offensively we got the chemistry there. I mean, you know, from the running backs, the offensive line, to the receivers, you know, they all are really thinking a lot like Pipkin and us coaches on the field, and know what to expect. They know what's coming, and that helps a lot.
Hey, Tony, let's talk a little bit about your receiving core. You got a talented group of guys coming back, and a talented group of kids coming in this year too. It's got to make your life a little easier. Go ahead.
Hello, Mike. Absolutely. Especially when you got guys out there that can make plays. It makes the job a lot easier. We don't have to try to be as accurate. You always try to make the perfect throw, but at times,
no, and you got guys can go get it.
Things get chaotic. You just got to give guys a chance, and it helps when guys can make plays.
You got a veteran running back in Jerry Brown, and along with some other youngsters who are coming in, and everybody's really excited about too. So it sounds like you got a nice stable running backs right there to hand the ball off to every once in a while.
Absolutely, Jerry Brown, like myself. another 4-year starter, started with me as well as a freshman. It's just so comfortable back there with a guy like that that's been back there with you through the grind, through the struggle. Now about to be a great year, and then those guys coming in, just buying into the system, not being too big-headed, buying in and getting the job done as well.
Well, the most important part for you, Antonio, as a quarterback, are the big guys up front. You got a lot of guys coming back, some starters with returning, and a lot of depth there at the offensive line too. That's got to make you pretty happy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Last year, probably the least sacked I've ever been in my life, not just college.
But how things have changed since your freshman year, yes.
Oh yeah, we're from getting sacked 50 times to 15. It's definitely great. The 4 starters coming back out of the 5, and I have no doubt that spot is going to be filled by a ball player.
Yeah, well, I saw the size of some of these guys who are coming in and filling out their sheet and putting an O-line on there, and like, they got the size to play. That's for certain. Coach, you got a defensive player over there to your right. Why don't you introduce that young man too?
Yeah, Morgan Lloyd. You know, it feels like Morgan's been here with us for about 6 years.
Right. Is he the new mayor?
I joke with him about that all the time, but excited about Morgan too. You know, he's going to be he transferred to us, going to be a 2-year starter for us. He's kind of the anchor of that defense. He helps us get lined up, play fast, very knowledgeable on that side of the ball, and just been a great playmaker for us over there. So very excited about him. And then, all the other players on defense. We got a lot of returning starters on that side of the ball, very deep at defensive line. And then we got some transfers coming in the secondary and at the linebacker position as well to, help us.
Yeah, Morgan, let's talk a little bit. Let's start with the linebacker core. That's your forte. Let's talk about the linebacker core on the defensive side.
All right. We pretty much got everybody coming back. With the exception of Justin Hernstein, we lost him, and Jesse Stout. But yeah, like Coach said, we're deep on D-line, pretty deep at linebacker as well. But yeah, we got a really strong group, good group of underclassmen as well to complement the group of upperclassmen we got as well.
You're secondary too. You got a lot of experience back there, in the safety positions. You got some young corners that did a lot of good things last year too. I think this is going to be the most complete defense we've had since I've been calling games here. And again, it's the word depth I like to keep going back to because that's a word we have not been able to use much in the past. But you see it on the practice field as well.
Right. Yeah. just like you said, every year it seems like we get more depth, and especially this year at secondary level. I feel like we've got 2 guys at every position that come in and do the job that we need to be done.
That's the beauty of that is everybody better work their tails off and fall ball if you want to see the football field.
Yeah, it's going to be a very competitive camp, and competition makes everybody better. So we're going to get out there and start working tomorrow afternoon. And at this moment, we might think we know who the starters are, but I think we're going to have some surprises out there.
Absolutely, you should. I mean, if you're a freshman coming into a camp at a school like Tiffin University, you have to look at it as opportunity. You have to look at it as opportunity right away, and it's up to you to go out there and put in the time and put in the work to garner that opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. We'll be able to tell real fast how hard everybody worked all summer.
Yeah, we'll see who turns in their stuff at the end of the week. All right, let's talk a little bit here about Pip. Your numbers are all over the place. We all know, highly decorated football player. How do you like taking on that leadership role? Do you cherish it, or you just? I mean, we spoke about it a little bit, but let's talk about what it means to you personally.
Personally, playing quarterback all my life, no other position. I'm kind of used to it now, so it's like, due to the position I'm playing, right, you're forced to be a leader, and I think leadership is something you have. It's not really taught. It's either you have it or you don't. I think I was blessed enough to have.
Those cords are getting messed up.
It's all right. I don't think I was blessed enough to be born with that type of leadership. And over the years, I've grown as a leader. I wasn't the best leader at all. I've grown, continued to grow, continued to be a great teammate. I think that's a big part of being a leader is being a great teammate first. And I think it's just paying off in the long run.
You look for guys like that qualities, and especially in the quarterback position, but basically in everybody when you're recruiting young men?
Well, you want it in every position, obviously, but sometimes going through the recruiting process, those are some of the intangibles you're not sure about. That's why we spend a lot of time with them, with their coaches, high school coaches, with their families, to try to look for some of those qualities. But sometimes it's easy, and sometimes a little more difficult. But I think what we've been doing over the last several years as a program has helped develop some leadership with these young men. We've given them more and more responsibility, and they know there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong, and we're going to make sure we're doing it the right.
Well, you notice it in kids are doing the right thing by how the GPA for your program has grown basically every year since you got here. Bringing in good quality kids, with quality character, taking care of things in the classroom. Morgan, you know about that. You received a pretty high award last year. Congratulations on that again. But that's pretty cool stuff. When your kids not only are getting awarded for their athletic prowess on the field, but also getting awarded for academics, it's going to make you feel pretty cool too.
Well, we talk all the time about we want them to be very successful on and off the field, and that's what it's all about. And we're going to work hard in both areas and continue to try to improve.
It all gets started on Thursday night, September 1st, up in Grand Rapids, and then home for a couple of games. It's a homecoming game on the 17th against Hillsdale. And as I said, I am super stoked to play. Aren't you glad we're not playing at the Hall of Fame Stadium this year, the way they messed that field up in the game the other night? Oh, boy. But, yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting times. And all of you parents here are bringing your kids for this gentleman here to take care of him as a football coach. You couldn't have picked a better place to play. We love working with him here for WTUD in the athletic department. But the things he's doing here with these kids in this program is just nothing short of awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I have in my time here with Coach Goff, and I hope your student athletes enjoy your time with Coach Goff as well. Coach, you got anything else? I know these kids need to get back, and I'm sure you'll tell them get to bed early, but I'm sure they're pretty excited.
I think we're already 5 minutes late for our meeting, Russ.
No. You're 5 minutes late for me? That's my fault.
No, Russ, hey, we appreciate all your hard work and everybody else's. We're going to have a lot of fun this season, and I hope the families enjoy the season and come out and watch us play, and bring some family friends, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
This goes across the board. It's a great year to be a Dragon. There's a lot of excitement about the athletic department happening here on Tiffin University campus, and football season, as we said, that's our main focus of our broadcast. As we said, you can catch all the radio broadcasts at tudragonradio.com, as well as 100.9 out of Sandusky is our home on terrestrial radio, and all the home games, free live video right there at tudragonradio.com. The only school in our conference that offers free live video of all of our home sporting events. So you guys picked a wise choice to bring your young student athletes right here. So, Coach, thank you so much. Guys, appreciate it. Work hard, and I cannot wait to see you on September 1st, all right?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Russ.
All right, that's our Tiffin University football coach, Gary Goff, a couple student athletes. Just said the Coach Gary Goff show will be Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. You can catch it on tudragonradio.com. The first one will be the 25th of August at 6. And Thursday night, September 1st, all get started. More information, go to gotiffindragons.com. Find us all on social media. Look us all up. Have a great night, everybody, and go Dragons!